The new update in Grow a Garden is already out. This is the second part of the bean update. How to grow golden peas or even rainbow ones. Crafting recipes for new chests which contain some really powerful pets, rewards for your garden level, as well as achievements specifically for pets where you can get an incubator like this, plus a bunch of other rewards. The video promises to be interesting. Grab some tea, get your cookies, and let's get started.
Let's make a record number of likes under the video. Please like and subscribe and we'll move on.
Hello everyone, it's me with you dear friends. The update really just dropped right before your eyes, and I'm only now releasing this video. And look, here's the catch. It's actually possible to grow golden peas and even rainbow ones. What's the problem? Let me explain how to do it right now. First of all, it's complete randomness. That's the issue. It's total randomness. So everything grows in a random way, but you might get lucky and end up with some really cool stuff. But let me show you how it works, what golden peas are, how they're different from regular ones, and so on. We've grown golden peas, and they're different from regular ones because there aren't any ladders or things like that here. Instead, there are jump pads, and you can just hop from one to another and do parkour that way. Also, the leaves here are a bit different, but that's not really important. Basically, there's nothing ordinary here. There's a certain chance that it will spawn. So it all really depends on luck. So dear friends, in terms of the mechanics of this update, nothing has changed. We still need to provide some plants, some fruits, seeds, and so on to grow the peas. Right now we have grown regular peas, and they're no different from the others, so we'll just go upstairs, since that's where the main differences are. First of all, as you can see, nothing has changed here. You're saying there are supposed to be some main differences. Nothing has changed. First, there's a small table here, but we'll get to that a bit later. Now let's go up to this guy, this, let's say, worker. And what do we want from him? Let's take a look up above. We have friendship level 1, that is the first friendly level for now. And look, here's the problem. I'm currently on a test server, so I can't show you what's special about this level, but I do know how to upgrade it. To upgrade it, you need to craft food. To craft food, for those who don't know, you can complete the easiest achievements, specifically these kinds of achievements, and you'll get cooking kits. So, from, food updates, you can actually get a kit that lets you cook food using recipes, and you can place it in your garden. Well, you probably already know this, right? And look, you just cook some food and give it to him. Each dish gives you 1 point. Accordingly, you need to level up. And why do you need to level up? Let's figure that out right now. To access this menu, there's a separate section somewhere for selling all sorts of chests and similar items. Let me show you this menu in more detail. First of all, I want to show you that the maximum level for this chebrick is level 7. And secondly, you can get these exclusive seeds in this shop if they are in stock. So I highly recommend leveling all of this up. Now let's move on to this table, where you can craft absolutely everything. And most importantly, this is the Skyroot chest. So what kind of chest is this? First of all, you don't really need that much to craft it. Well, actually, you do need quite a few things, but none of them are particularly valuable. And guys, the reward you get for this chest is the following. Griffin, the best Divine Kai Clayman. Let me talk about this Griffin. What kind of pet is it? In general, we get some pretty cool rewards, but I really want to give special attention to this Griffin in particular. Every 15 minutes it flaps its wings and releases a cyclone. For affected pets, the cooldown time increases by 66 seconds. And for affected fruits, it increases by 10% in order to receive a cyclical mutation, a cyclonic one. Basically, it's a pet that applies a new exclusive mutation to plants and also gives a buff to pets by reducing their cooldown. And this is really OP. In other words, this pet, well, maybe not exactly overpowered, but it's definitely cool, and it definitely deserves a place. Well, let's try to craft, of course, the chest, but I'm not sure if I'll actually manage it, because at the very least, I don't have that egg. Damn, and this butcher can't give me the egg so I can buy it. Ah, never mind, guys, I actually found it. So let's try to craft this. We click here, seed pack, and we need 2 of these beans. That is 2 beans, which I have, but damn. Oh, I accidentally opened one, the seeds, and can you believe it? Oh, I got a mythic. Not bad at all. But we need to go here and grow, take these 2 peas, and then do all of this. I hope I make it in time. How much time is left? 9 minutes. That's absolutely perfect. So we come over here, and now we need to put all of this back in here. Luckily, there aren't any bugs with this right now. We put it in, and we'll keep 7,500 shekels. Let's skip this part. I just don't really want to wait, so we skipped it and got this chest. Let's go ahead and open it together. Alright, so where is it? And we open it. I hope I get something interesting, but I'm not really counting on it. Oh, some kind of legendary lily dropped. But that's already not bad at all, at the very least, because it actually looks pretty beautiful, you have to admit. By the way, yeah, there's also this pack in the store, and honestly, I'd advise you not to buy it at all. It's just a total ripoff. Yeah, now the prices are shown not only in Robux but also in dollars. But actually, you can't buy it with dollars because that's against Roblox's rules. I don't know why it's like that. But the developers decided to additionally display everything in dollars. Although I don't see the point of that since you can only buy everything with Robux anyway. Guys, you might have noticed that there's this thing here called the Pet Shard Giant Bean. What is that? It's, well, a new mutation, and for 30 you need some kind of cleaning pet shard for it. What is that? And the cleaning pet shard is a new thing that appeared in our gear shop for 30 million shekels. Well, that's how we get all of this. Now we'll quickly craft this thing. So what this thing does is it removes any mutations from your pet. That's why I don't recommend using this on your pets. Instead, I suggest just using it for crafting some fun stuff. Right, I think I've got everything and I'm ready to craft it right now and see what this mutation actually gives. We put in all the bamboo I have here and also this shard. Of course, we add the shekels too and skip this part as well because I'm not planning to sit here for an entire hour. We collect it and I'd like to use it on some pet, but honestly, I don't really have any cool pets. I could try it on the rabbit, so let's just use it on the rabbit then. Look at what he turned into. First of all, he became gigantic. This is automatically a mega mutation. You get what I mean. Secondly, let's read in more detail what this mutation actually gives us. Giant Bean. A pet with the Giant Bean mutation, whose hunger level is 15% higher, gains an additional 0.0007 XP per second for each beanstalk planted in your garden. Basically, the mutation is extremely useless unless your goal is to raise a pet to some super high age. The question is, why would you even need a pet of that age if it has a bad mutation? And accordingly, if you want to change the mutation, your pet will simply lose its age. I don't understand the point of this mutation, but in any case, the funny thing is that it actually becomes mega. It grows 2 or even 2.5 times bigger. That already explains the situation. The fact is, instead of the mega mutation, yeah, you can use this mutation. Your pet turns green and becomes mega, so your pet becomes more colorful. But would I recommend doing this? I wouldn't say so. Well, actually, to be honest, I would say yes. It's pretty cool. If you don't have any other alternatives, you can make your pets more beautiful or even scarier. I don't know what you think, but in any case, I wouldn't use this for the purpose of leveling up. Yes, leveling up, sure. But as for whether it will be useful later on, that's pretty unlikely. Well, that's just the kind of mutation it is. Okay, look, let's talk about this glide book or whatever it's called, the guidebook. So, now in achievements, we have an achievements category, and there are 2 types of achievements. 2 categories, actually, core plants and core pets, meaning achievements specifically for plants and achievements for pets. What are plant achievements? Let's click on Explore. And here we have some pretty cool achievements that you all know very well. By the way, I haven't completed them on the test server, so I can't show much. And here they've added pets, so let's take a look at what that's about. Here, for example, there's something related to a dog, to a golden lab. So summon this rabbit, summon something else, get something like that, and you'll receive different lollipops, then you'll get some shard gold, and all sorts of other fun stuff. This is a Spider X10. What even is this? I don't get it. Seriously, what's the point of all this? The main thing is that you'll get a mega lollipop for completing everything. The egg incubator is just totally OP. What is an incubator? It's an item that effectively reduces the cooldown period for hatching eggs. It's simply good, it's truly very good, but ultimately not super useful in all situations. In other words, you can do without it. So guys, really don't even worry like, oh man, they added a bunch of achievements, now I have to complete them, they're too hard, and the rewards are so cool. I wouldn't say the rewards are that cool because, well, the egg incubator isn't really going to help them much. So you can just calmly set the eggs before you leave, like before going to sleep or for a walk, just set the eggs and that's it guys, just come back and collect the eggs. Well, of course, I don't know. Everyone's different. Personally, for me, it works like this. I can set the eggs and leave without worrying. Then they appear for me, everything's fine, they get freed up and I don't really have to do much. And if I need them earlier, I just spend Robux. Well, I donate. But it's unlikely that any of you have extra Robux for all that. So, honestly, I don't know, it's 50-50, well, it's a bit too complicated, but as a reward, it's not bad. That is, as a reward for just doing all this for no particular reason. Okay? You also get a vape shard rainbow. And what does that mean? If you use this shard, you can automatically make another mutation. By the way, yeah, I forgot to mention that actually, because I use this shard, now I can add one more additional mutation, and as far as I can tell, I think that's how it works. And now it will have 2 mutations. I think that's how it's supposed to be, but that's not confirmed information. I'd like to believe that's how it will be. Then this pet will actually be really useful. Well, I think that's everything here. Let's check what other rewards we have here, namely a rare egg, a regular lollipop, and, well, that's not much. What else do we have here? A legendary egg, level up, We also have this kind of lollipop, okay? A mythical egg, a silver lollipop, okay? Pet shard L, okay, here's another silver. So, mutation, buck egg we've got here. Silver lollipop, silver shard, ×2. Okay, that's not bad. And of course, in the divine one, the best thing they give is gold. And this, the mutation machine booster. What is a mutation machine booster? The problem is that, well, you obviously have to deal with having to wait a whole hour for your pet to mutate. I'm so sick of this! And you can complete all the prismatic achievements and shorten this time. I don't know, I think the developers promised to cut it in half, and this thing really seriously helps a lot. By the way, soon this P will grow downwards, meaning it will disappear, but that's not the point. The point is, this is exactly what it was about. Mutations for pets. I actually use them very often, so that's why I'm going to complete these achievements, specifically to get this machine for, well, for mutations. So it boosts me and gives me less of a hassle. Oh yeah guys, by the way, the developers listened to me and now finally you can enter the gear shop just by pressing the E button. Now there are no more of those two questions. Should we press it or not? Or yeah, goodbye. At last you can just hold E for all of this. That's quite a nice bonus. Let's see what happens. By the way, this thing doesn't always appear in stock, so I don't know at first how this will work, but we'll see. Maybe in the future they'll make it so that it's always in stock or at least appears often. Guys, honestly, I haven't seen this admin abuse at all. I don't know. This video just came out after the abuse with Sammy. I can't imagine what else is going to happen. So, honestly, let me know in the comments. Was it cool for you or not? Honestly, I still can't judge because to be honest, I'm kind of stuck in the past, unlike you. So it would be interesting to hear your opinion about this. But I think the event was great. It was really awesome. And I hope that the events will be even better next time. I hope that he will collaborate with Mr. Beast because Mr. Beast has already written to John Tell, the developer of Grove Garden, saying that if he wins, and John Tell offered to collaborate with him if he donates an additional $50,000 to charity if he collaborates with Mr. Beast. So I don't know how it will turn out. I hope Mr. Beast will agree, but for now he's ignoring it. Boom. Unfortunately, that's how it is. But I hope that in the future this will happen and we'll actually see a collaboration with Mr. Beast. That would really be the most powerful collaboration among all games, not just in Roblox but in the world. So dear friends, I'm just completely shocked. Anyway, that's the whole video I wanted to show you, and I wanted to talk about a lot of different things, but in reality, the update turned out like this. Not especially colorful, not especially cool, but still pretty fun. They did add this thing though. By the way, yes, they also added this. Now you get these little fences for leveling up. Yes, this fence is for level 10, this one is for level 20, and this one for level 30. Of course, my favorite is this cool metal fence. And as for how to level up, I think you've already guessed. It's by completing achievements. By completing achievements and daily tasks, you earn XP and accordingly level up. So guys, go for it. Well, thanks everyone for watching, good luck to all of you, and bye bye.